Attempting to watch 1,000 games of football before the end of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I'm going to be ranking every single one to find out which game is the greatest of the season. Today we're kicking it off with not only our first friendly, not only our first international game, not only our first women's game. Well, actually, yeah, it's all three of those things. It's Australia taking on Argentina. Though this was a friendly game, the Matildas were still missing plenty of their star players, namely the likes of Sam Kerr and Mary Fowler, both being out to long-term injuries. So it was a good look to see some of our rotation players, even some of our younger players making their debuts, and it's a sort of exciting period for the Matildas with a new coach coming in, that being Joe Montemurro, who wasn't in charge tonight but will be in charge of the Matildas for the foreseeable future. And it was the girls in green and gold that would strike first, as returning to the side was Amy Sayer after doing an ACL injury previously, but she didn't take long to get on the scoreboard as a half volley that trickled its way into the bottom right-hand corner found the back of the net to put the Matildas 1-0 up. What a great goal for Amy Sayer on her return. Though this lead didn't last long, some seriously poor defending from the Matildas saw Argentinian forward Kishi Nunez having a 1v1, which she managed to finish calmly into the bottom right-hand corner, drawing it back to 1-1. But 10 more minutes later, a beautiful found ball from Caitlin Ford, who split the Argentinian defense from midfield, managed to find Amy Sayer once again in a situation when she went one-on-one with the keeper, finished into the bottom left-hand corner, getting her second goal on her return and giving the Matildas back the lead. The Matildas dominated pretty much the entire game and really should have scored more, both Michelle Heyman and Caitlin Ford producing some absolutely terrible misses that really should have added to the Matildas' total. Thankfully, though, we would find the back of the net again before Argentina, and that would be Emily van Egmond on her 100th appearance for the Matildas, managing to find the back of the net after Michelle Heyman failed to round the goalkeeper, fell to her feet, and a beautiful finish into the back of the net gave us a 3-1 lead. And finally, the veteran would get her goal as Michelle Heyman took advantage of some incredibly poor Argentinian defending to round the keeper and finally get her first goal of the game, Australia's fourth, seeing out the result as a 4-1 win to the Matildas. Obviously, it's just a win in a friendly against Argentina at home, so really nothing too much on the line, but it was great to see a passionate crowd there once again, and exciting times ahead of the era of Joe Montemurro, probably the first time in nearly a decade, or at least since the era of Alan Stajic, when we've actually had a serious coach as the Matildas manager, so hopefully some exciting times ahead, hopefully some silverware ahead of the Women's Asian Cup, and who knows, could we be seeing a new golden age for the Australian Matildas? Regardless of that, the game was pretty entertaining. It's a friendly match, so not really too much on the line, which obviously does hinder the rating a little bit. And to be honest, the quality of football wasn't the best. Most of the Matildas' goals came from some really poor defending. Argentina's goal, more of the same. For that, I'm going to rate the game a little lower, but still a decent rating. I'm going to rate this game a 5.6.